Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining me in today's practice. My name is Beth. For those of you that are new, for those of you that are returning, welcome back. So, today's practice, I want us to come to seated. Let's center ourselves. We will soon make it to standing. This will be a 60-minute power yoga Vinyasa flow. So, few announcements. If this class brings any value to you, please consider to support my channel by subscribing, clicking the red button. And if you want to know when I load a video, please click the notification bell. Without further ado, if you have block or strap or any weight you would like to use, have them handy. And with that said, allow yourself to set an intention. As you sit here, sit nice and tall, palm closed or open. And allow your eyes to close for a moment without forcing. And allow your shoulders to relax, draw the belly in, ribcage in. Taking the time to set an intention for your personal practice. Bringing the awareness to your breath now. And if you have Ujjayi breath, please cultivate your Ujjayi breath. And when you have it, we're going to make our way to standing. So simply come to standing on the top of the mat. Bring the legs together. Bring the hands in front of the heart. Allow your shoulders to relax and allow your legs to feel the earth. You can start to spread the toes and tuck the tailbone under. Allow your chin to level with the earth. And as you have it, inhale, float the hands all the way up. Lengthen the spine. As you exhale, forward fold. Slightly bent on the knee. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. And exhale, fold. Inhale, reach the hands all the way up. Finding that length, look up. Exhale, energize as you come down, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bending the knee slightly here. Inhale, reach the hands all the way up. We're still warming up. Finding that length. Exhale, forward fold, hinging from the hip. Just feel yourself. Lengthen, flat back. Exhale, fold. Relax the head and shoulder. This time, legs are together. Bend the knee, chair pose, Utkatasana. Tucking the tailbone under. Inhale, reach the hands all the way up. Take a slightly back bend. Exhale, hinge from the hip, forward fold. Relax the head. Relax the shoulder. Bend the knee, knees together. Inhale, sweeping the earth to sky. Chair pose. Tailbone under. Inhale, stand up. Pull the belly in. Take a slightly back bend. Exhale, hinge from the hip. As the hands reach forward, forward fold. Last time. Noticing your breath, maybe bending the knee, releasing any tension here. Bend the knee, finding your strength, and return back into chair pose. Finding your shoulder, pull your belly in. So from here, we're going to start to slowly sit a little bit lower, finding your length, taking a big breath in, and lower your hip down, and come into Navasana, boat pose. My legs are bent. It's a little bit easier. We're just starting. If you may want to make this a little bit more challenging, you straighten your legs and you point your toes. Look towards your toes. Pull your belly in and allow yourself to sit up. Navasana. Finding that length. Breathe in and out. So try to control, not rolling back, pulling that belly in, feeling your navel. Finding your length. Then inhale here, exhale, lower halfway. Notice your shoulder as you lower halfway, your back is on the mat, head and chest left. Breathe in and breathe out. From here, take a big breath in. Inhale, press back up into Savasana. You got this. Shoulder away from the ears, finding your length. Inhale, exhale. Again, inhale, exhale. Take one more breath in, maybe straighten the legs, pointing the toes, feeling your core contracting in. One more breath. Then exhale, lower halfway. Noticing your breaths. Continue to engage, warming up the core, finding your breath and shoulder. Slowly start to bend the right leg, start to bend the left leg. Then inhale, push yourself all the way forward. Place the hands behind you. Lift the chest. Allow your triceps here to warm up. Allow your big toes to touch the mat. Breathe in, lift the sternum. Stretch the wrists. Then inhale here, lift the hip and come into tabletop. Noticing your breath. Noticing your shoulder. So lifting that bum, see, hugging your belly in. Feel your shoulder. Taking one more breath in. We slowly roll into our side plank. So start to roll over to the left hand, the left finger pointed forward, and then bring your left knee on the mat. Right leg on the mat, left hand underneath the left shoulder. Side plank variation. Taking that right hand forward, pushing into that right leg. Lengthen the spine. Pull your belly in. Rib cage in. Noticing your right leg, taking a big breath in and a big breath out. Inhale now, we make our way into gate pose. Finding that length, right hand comes down, left hand goes across. Being mindful and allowing yourself to fold and create space on the left side. Taking a big breath in and a big breath out. Again, inhale, lifting up from the side body. Exhale, straighten that right leg, big toes on the mat. Inhale, come back into side plank. Exhale, inhale, right hand reach high. Then lift that right leg up, bend the knee and catch the right ankle. Open the chest, feel your back. As you lift that right leg, feel your shoulder. Again, your gaze is soft, eyes are soft. Breathe in and out. Then inhale here, exhale, lower that right hand down. Now bend the right leg, open that right hip. As you find that length, find the shoulder and take the right hand across. You might feel wobbly here, but allowing your hip to open. And we're gonna slowly and mindfully join the left leg to the right foot and come back into tabletop. Rotating the left hand to point towards the heels. Lift the chest, lift the belly, lift the shoulder. We're going to transfer the weight over to the right leg and then lift the right foot up to the sky. Lengthen the spine, feel your triceps, and bring the right ankle over to the left. Finding your shoulder. Flexing the right leg, protect the knee. Again, lifting the hip as much as you can. And continue to press into the thumb and index finger. Allow your head to release, no tension on the neck. Taking one more breath in and one more breath out. Start to lower your hip, release the right leg, and come back into boat pose. Just stretch out, give yourself a break. Lengthen the spine. You can again straighten the legs to the sky. Your option here, working with your breath. Focusing as you lengthen, as you release the shoulder. Take one more breath in. Then exhale, lower halfway. Find your shoulder. Find your lower back onto the mat. Breathe in and out. Work with your breath. Again, find that discernment and allow yourself to go within. Commitment is key. Exhale, bend the knee, place the forearm on the mat. Inhale, come up and bring the hands behind you. Just stretching out that upper body. Drawing the shoulder down. Feeling that stretch on the wrist. When you have it inhale, lift the hip and then rotate the right hand as you lower the right knee on the mat and come into the side plank variation. Left hand reach up, right hand reach across. Extending that left hand, pushing that left heel, and again, notice your breath. Your breath is more important. Shoulder away from the ears, lengthen the spine. Then when you have it inhale, we're going to prepare ourselves to lift on up and we go into gate pose. So inhale, the left hand brings you up. Extending here, lengthening the spine. Exhale the left hand to the left leg. Right hand reach across. Breathe in and breathe out. We got 3 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Then inhale. Bring yourself all the way up. Then come back into that side plank. Lengthen the spine. Finding your shoulder, push into the right hand and lift the left leg. Bend the left knee and catch the ankle. Open the chest. Allow your shoulders to relax. Allow your gaze to find where there is comfort on the neck and shoulder. Pulling in, you can always come onto a block on the right hand and allow your shoulders to open. Your breath still remains constant. Take 2 more breaths here. Then inhale, release that left leg. Then bring back into that side plank. Taking 1 more breath here. Inhale. Exhale as you start to press into the left hand. The left leg bend. Open the hip. Feel your side body. Bend the left leg as you are preparing to come out of this pose. Notice your hip. As you inhale, you're going to lift that right leg and bring it to the left leg and come back into tabletop. Change your hands around. Lift the sternum. Let the head go back. Push into thumb and index finger. When you are ready, take your big breath in and lift the left leg to the sky. Look at the toes, point the toes, lift the belly. Push into the thumb and index finger. Left ankle on top of the right knee. Again, you decide what is comfortable. If this feels good, do so, and then lift the hip, belly pulls in. Again, we haven't started. Feel your hip, feel your length, open and release. 2 more breaths here. Really holding out to be the last person that comes out of the pose. But work with your breath. 1 more breath, inhale. And then exhale, lower your hip on the mat. And come back into Savasana. Again, allowing your shoulders now and your wrists to feel the warmth. You can straighten the legs. You can keep the knee bent. Shoulder plugs away from the ears. Keep the legs nice and active. Pulling from the core. And allow yourself to breathe now. For 3. For 2. For 1. Hold 1. Then exhale, come in, halfway in. From here, we're going to take the legs overhead and try to come into prayer squat. So again, inhale here. You're going to exhale, hands and legs overhead. Lengthen the spine, coming into halasana. And then you're going to roll in with the momentum. Only when you're ready. You can crawl, you can walk, and then come in to Malasana, prayer squat. Noticing your breath rolling from side to side. Exhale, place the hands on the mat. Then lift the hip and walk your legs in together. Lengthen, flat back. Exhale, fold. Bend the knee, chair pose, Utkatasana. Inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Finding your length, bringing the legs together in front of the mat. Hands reach high, lengthen. The left hand comes to the left leg and extend into the half moon. Opening, drawing the shoulders down, belly pulls in. Let's hold for 3. And 2. And 1. Inhale, come up. And then bring the right hand down, left hand across. Allowing your legs to be together and allow your shoulders to relax. Find the pose. And we breathe in and out for 3. For 2. For 1. Coming back up, hands reach all the way to the sky. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. You can bend the knee, release the head, relax the shoulder. Bend the knee, chair pose, Utkatasana. Tuck the tailbone under. The left hand comes forward. The right hand wraps around. Eagle arms. Finding your breath. Transfer the weight to the left leg. The left leg supports you. Lift the right leg. Wrap 1 time or 2 times. And come into eagle pose. Again, allowing your belly to pull in and allowing yourself to bend the knee, hugging in. Keeping the hands active. As you push into those hands, allow your shoulders to open. Here we breathe for 3. Allowing yourself to sink in. For 2. For 1. Unravel the right leg now and take the right leg back. Warrior 3 variation. Extend the right leg. You can point the toes. Allowing your shoulders to relax. Allowing yourself to stay here a little bit longer. Taking a big breath in for 3. For 2. If you fall out, you can always come in. For 1, start to lower that right leg. Inhale, reach the hands all the way up. Crescent lunge, high lunge. Noticing your breath. Pull your belly in, ribcage in. Shoulder away from the ears. Exhale, both hands to the mat. Frame the front foot. Then inhale, lift the right leg up to the sky. Standing split. Start to relax the head. We're still started. We haven't warmed up, so allow yourself to feel your body in space. Exhale, bring the right leg to meet with the left. Inhale, bend the knee and come back into chair pose. Utkatasana. Belly pose in. Commit to hold your chair. Find that length. Bring the right hand forward. The left hand wraps around. Notice your eagle arm. So allowing yourself to sit here. Transfer the weight to the right leg. Start to lift the left leg. Wrap 1 or 2. And then find yourself as you square the hip. And if you fall out, there's nothing wrong with coming back in. We're not perfect, but we're great because we are attract greatness. Drawing the shoulder away from the ears, finding that length. Softening your chin and chest. And we hold it here for 3 rounds of breath. Inhale, don't forget your breath, exhale. Lifting the elbow from the chest, hugging your belly in. 1 more breath. Start to unravel the left leg, but keep your hands where they are and take it into Warrior 3 variation. Straighten the right leg, push on the left leg, lengthen the spine, broaden across the upper back. Continue to work your breath. If you fall out, you can always come in. Find the focus, and the focus is your strength, and connect with your breath as you lengthen the spine. Taking 1 more deep breath in. As you exhale, lower that left leg. Release the hands as you reach the hands all the way to the sky. Crescent lunge, high lunge. Make sure you're comfortable. Bending that right knee, maybe gazes forward. Find your length. Find your breath. Shoulder away from the ears. Exhale, both hands to the mat. Frame the front foot. Then inhale, lift the left leg to the sky. Standing split. Continue to allow yourself to surrender here. Again, continue to square the hip. Breathe in and out. Shoulder away from the ears. Right leg straight. As you have it, exhale, bend the right leg. The left leg meets with the right. And return back to chair pose. Utkatasana. Belly pose in, rib cage in. As you have it, exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Relax the head. Relax the shoulder. Inhale, look forward to lengthen. I want you to step the right leg back. Finding that length, left leg back. Downward facing dog. Continue to make sure your downward dog, you reset, you connect with the breath. Lengthen the spine, look towards the knee, the legs are hip distance apart. The hands are shoulder width apart. Inhale, come back into your plank, finding your length. We go for 2 push-up here. Elbow is hugging the rib cage as you lower down, back is flat. Inhale, push and rise up. That's 1. Inhale, exhale, lower. Find that length, rib cage in, elbow hugging. Then inhale, upward facing dog. Broaden across, really lift the chest, open the heart. Continue to push and open the sternum. And slowly tuck the toes under and come back into plank. You are great because you are great. You attract greatness. I want you to roll over to the right side and stack the left leg on top of the right. We did the first variation, side plank. You can lower your right knee down, or you can stay here and take the left hand to the sky. Push into this right hand, lift the sternum. Allow yourself to focus on your breath. So as we hold the poses here, I want you to focus instead of worrying about what your body's doing. Sometimes we're so focused on the external. I want you to go within, lifting that right hip. 1 more breath here. Exhale, bring your hands to the mat. Finding that plank, make sure your thumb and index finger is on the mat. When you have it, inhale, exhale, roll over to the left side. Then inhale, lift the hip, stack the right leg on top of the left, and take the right hand to the sky. Continue to work with your breath. I know it's challenging, but remind yourself, I can do this. Breathe in and out. Finding that length, finding the shoulder. Continue to tuck the tailbone under. As you have it, start to bring your right hand back down and come back into plank. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. So that was a good warm up. Now take a big breath in. You can either step or jump, but today I want you to walk your legs to your hands. Find the length. Find your breath. Exhale, forward fold. Relax the head and shoulder. You can bend the knee to go a little bit deeper. Now bend the knee, inhale, rise. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Finding your length, finding your breath. The left hand comes forward. The right hand wraps around, eagle arm. Lift the elbow from the chest, transfer the weight to the right, left leg rather. Now inhale, lift the right leg 1 or 2 or 3 and find yourself in eagle pose. I am a big fan of Gladwell's work. He said 1,000 hours the Beatles played to be great. So if you have to be great in eagle pose, you might have to put in 1,000 hours. So finding the length and finding your breath. There's no instant gratification in my class. So you fall is okay, you crawl is okay. Then take a big breath in and unravel that right leg. Take it back. This time, the hands reach forward and get a full expression of that warrior 3. Noticing where you are. Noticing your shoulder, extending that right leg. You can point toes, you can flex toes, Lengthen as you slowly lower down. Inhale, lift on a high lunge, crescent lunge. Lift and take it slightly back, bend, open the heart. Bending that left leg, creating space. Exhale, both hands to the mat, pause. Take one more breath in here, and then roll to the outer edge of that right leg and bend. Come into warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. Straighten the left leg, right hand comes down, reverse triangle. Open, finding your shoulder and allowing your face to relax. Continue to work on your breath. Continue to release the shoulder. Coming back, hinging from the side body. As the left hand comes down, the right hand reach up. And the right hand this time binds inside and catch that left hip. Open the heart. Noticing your right foot on the mat. Lengthen the spine and open that right shoulder. The gaze is up or forward. You decide where your neck feels more comfortable. Taking one more breath in. Then inhale, release the right hand to the sky. Bend the knee back to warrior two. Shoulder away from the ears. Inhale, rise up into your crescent lunge, high lunge. Exhale, both hands to the mat, frame the front foot. Then inhale, lift the right leg to the sky. Standing split. It gets easier with time. So as you lift on up, continue to work. One day your legs will touch the ceiling. So it's one breath, one practice. Again, you attract greatness. That's why we were here. Taking that breath in and out, and bring the right leg to meet with the left, and sit back down. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Tucking the tailbone under, finding your breath, lengthen the spine. Relax the shoulder. You got this. The right hand comes forward, the left hand binds. Wrap one or two, belly pulls in, rib cage in. When you have it, transfer the weight to the right foot. Lift the left leg, transfer one, wrap two, wrap three, squeeze and sit down. One day your legs and your elbow will hug in. Find your shoulder here. Find your length. Find your truth and breathe. Again, more you squeeze, more you breathe, more you pull the belly in, rib cage, hug in. 3 more breaths in and out. This is 3. This is 2. This is 1. Unravel the hands, unravel the legs, and take it into warrior 3 variation. Again, more you point, more you lengthen those hands forward, lengthen the spine. Continue to work on straightening the right leg. Continue to work on straightening the shoulder. Start to lower down. Inhale, open up into your warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Finding that length. Open the arms. Feel your shoulder here. Belly pulls in, rib cage in. Cover your palms, gaze at the middle finger of the right hand. And then inhale here, straighten the right leg. Find your shoulder, left hand comes down, right hand reach across. Finding that reverse triangle. Open the heart, open the side body. Continue to breathe, feel your warmth you're creating from your breath. Letting go of things that no longer serve you. We've been here before. Taking a big breath in and a big breath out. Inhale, bend the right leg and come back to warrior 2 for a moment. Straighten the right leg and hinge from the hip. Opening as you hinge, the right hand comes down. The left hand reach high. The left hand is going to wrap around and bind. Bind and catch the inner right thigh. Open the shoulder. If you start to slip and slide, make sure you are comfortable, adjust, and allow your gaze either to be forward or to reach to the sky. Continue to breathe here. I know it's challenging, but you're doing great, and it feels good to take care of our body. Don't forget your smile, always wearing your smile, giving yourself permission to have fun. When you're ready, start to unravel the left hand, bend in the right leg and come back into warrior 2. Taking a big breath in, inhale, rise back up into crescent lunge. Adjusting, open, maybe taking a slightly back bend. Open the heart. Bending that right leg, sinking in. Exhale, both hands to the mat. Frame the front foot. And then bring the left leg all the way to the sky. Standing split. It gets easier with time. So floating that left leg, reaching high. Squaring the hip. You might need to lower down. You might need to lift a little higher. Continue to work with your breath and your hands. Allow the back of the neck to release. One day, your head will touch your toes. Then exhale. The left leg meets with the right. Inhale, rise up. Chair pose. Utkatasana. Finding your breath. I know it's a challenging pose, but it's one of my favorites. And I want you to commit. When you commit, you start to let go of those things that no longer serve us. Focus on your intention and allow yourself to breathe. Here we hold for 3. For 2, as we exhale. Inhale. Exhale, rise up into 1. Hands by the side. The left hand rolls down. The right hand reach across. Open the heart. Find your shoulder, find your length. Find the voice on the right leg, lengthen the spine. As you exhale, bring the right hand down. The left hand magically goes up with your breath. Open the heart and lean over to the right side. Pull the right shoulder down. Belly hugs in. You start to rotate and look to the left wrist. Your breath remains constant and there is no judgment. You just want to breathe in and out and allow your face to come as is. Take one more breath here and then exhale. Bring yourself. Inhale, sweep the hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold, hinge from the hip. Inhale, look forward to lengthen. Exhale, fold. Relax the head for some time. Plant the hands on the mat. You either step back or you jump back. There's more ahead of us. So I walk back and find yourself in downward facing dog. Making sure those hands are active. Rolling in into your plank. Energize the core. Finding your length. Finding your breath. We go for 3 of these yogi push-ups. So elbow hugs the rib cage and come in for 1. Back is flat. Inhale. Come up. Hug the belly in. Here we go. 2. I know you can do it faster, but here is with mindfulness. Inhale, come up. The last one, we finish strong and we smile because we know we attract greatness because we are great. Inhale, upward facing dog. Really savoring that experience, allowing yourself to feel your back, allowing the top of the legs to connect. Exhale, press back. Downward facing dog. Take a big breath in and lower your knee to the mat. There is still compassion in yoga. Hands underneath the shoulder, top of the legs on the mat. Inhale, cat and cow. Exhale, round in. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last 2. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Coming in. Keep the back rounded. Tuck the toes under and lift the knee. Finding your breath. Floating tabletop. Allowing yourself to breathe in and breathe out. As you start to exhale, straighten the arm, keep the knee bent. Then exhale, straighten the legs back. Noticing your breath. Transfer the weight to the right leg. Then inhale, lift the left leg to the sky. Square the hip. Finding your shoulder, belly pulls in. Bend the left leg. Open the hip, look through the left armpit. Hold here for 3 breaths. And as you lower, find shoulder, find your length, find your belly. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. As you find that, inhale, lift that left leg and bring it behind the right. This is an option. Open and come into your wild thing. We hold here a little bit longer, finding your breath, finding your shoulder, finding the extension of the spine. Wherever you are comfortable, that's where you're going to place your foot. Again, no fear, and allow yourself to breathe. Inhale, exhale, bring that left hand down and take the left leg to the sky. Bring the left leg and hug the knee towards your midline. Hold it here. Push into that right hand, left hand. And bring the left leg in between the hand. Inhale, rise up. Crescent lunge, high lunge. Taking a big breath here. Open the back body, sink in. Exhale, bring the hands behind you. Interlace the hand, open the heart, draw shoulder down. Find your breath. Commit into the pose, sinking in. As you exhale, lower yourself back down as you bring the right foot on the mat for humble warrior. More find your breath, more pushing the outer edge of that right leg. Drawing knuckles forward, breathe in and out. One day your head will come to the mat. Noticing your lower lumbar. Continue to work with your breath. Continue to push in the outer edge of the right leg, bending that left leg, releasing the head. It's a devotion pose. Inhale, rise back up into warrior 1 this time. Extend. Breathe in and breathe out. Finding your breath as you exhale, lower those hands inside the left leg. Taking the right leg back. You can stay on the hands, option 1. Option 2, you lower the right knee on the mat, top of the right leg, and maybe bring your forearm on the mat. You can roll on the outer edge of that left foot. Lengthen the spine and breathe in. The good thing about yoga, it gives us a lot of options. So if this is not good for you, you can always tuck that right knee and lift the right knee off the mat. Remember, your breath is key. So don't force any pose and allow yourself to connect back again. This is so important. With every breath, remember, there is an outgoing breath, there is a pause. We have no control, but we can control how mindful we are with the breath. One more breath in. If you're in the hands or in the forearm, start to make your way out of the pose and then take the left leg back into your downward facing dog. Great job, everybody. Finding that length in your downward dog, hugging your belly in once more and exhaling. Inhaling, we're going to roll in, round the back and come back into plank. It's as if you're expecting this part. Here we go for 3 push-up. Elbow hug the rib cage halfway, 90 degrees, and come up. Last 2, you're halfway there. Inhale it up. Exhale, lower down. And all the way you come into up dog or cobra and allow your back to feel that stretch. Breathe in, make sure you're not dumping the weight on the lower back. Then inhale, come back into plank. Exhale, we hold it here in downward dog for 3 full breaths. Making sure your hands are in alignment with the shoulder. The legs are hip distance apart. Breathe in and out. Now inhale, transfer the weight to the left leg, taking the right leg to the sky. Again, when you lengthen the spine, you lift, you square the hip. From here, you're going to look through the right armpit, bend the right leg, lift the hip. Maybe you stay here, you hang out here for 3 full breaths. Notice what is happening. Lifting and allowing. Making sure that your wrist is okay, thumb and index finger. And when you have it in here, exhale, bring that right leg behind the left leg. Then inhale, waft or skip it. So lifting and opening. You can lower your right heel on the mat. Eventually you can go into wheel pose. Make sure you're breathing. Again, you're not dumping the weight on the back body. Work with your breath. When you have it, start to make your way out of the pose. Exhale the right hand down. The right leg reaches to the sky. Extend. Lengthen the spine. Then hug the right knee in as you bend the knee round the back. From here, we're going to transition into our warrior one pose. Hands reach up, finding your length. Belly pulls in, rib cage in. You know the drill. So making sure you're breathing in and out. As you exhale, bring the hands behind you, interlace the hand. Shrug the shoulders down. Maybe the palms come together. The outer edge of the left leg is working. Right knee's bent 90 degrees. As you exhale, humble warrior. Noticing your breath. Again, make sure you're in alignment. Continue to square the hip. Continue to breathe. So maybe when you're here and when you're rushing to come out, just remind yourself, was it easy when you were doing the push-up? Then if it was easy, you come out, isn't it? Working with your breath. And then when you are ready, start to make your way out of the pose. Inhale, rise up into warrior one. If your legs are slipping, just make sure you're in alignment, bending that right knee, pulling your belly in, left leg active. Exhale, bring those hands inside the right leg, taking the left leg back. Maybe you stop here in the lizard pose. You're further to go, maybe you bring the forearm on the mat. You can lower the left knee, top of the left leg. Noticing your shoulder. Continue to push into the forearm. Lengthen the spine. Start to soften your breath here. Then inhale from here. Tuck the toes under, lift the knee, and plant your hands into the mat. And take the right leg back. Downward facing dog. Great job, everybody. Taking one more breath here. Then inhale, roll forward into your plank. Lower, just one here, yogi push-up. Upward facing dog. Finding that length, open the back body. Exhale, press back. Downward facing dog. Taking a breath here. And 2. And 3. Then inhale, roll back into plank. And roll over to the left side, side plank. Stacking the right leg on top of the left. And taking the right hand up to the sky. Finding your shoulder, breathe in. Maybe lift your right leg up. Lengthen the spine. Finding your shoulder. From here, we're going to transfer the right leg to meet with the left hand. Pivot the left leg, then inhale, rising up into warrior two. Open those hands, belly pulls in, rib cage in. Exhale, right elbow inside the right knee. Use your hand open, take the left hand across. Open the hip, extend. Find the extension of the spine. Notice your shoulder. You can start to bring the right hand inside the right leg. It makes the second variation easy. And push on the left leg. Finding your breath. Then inhale, we're going to bring both hands to the mat for a moment. Tuck the left leg, inhale, lift on up. High lunge, crescent lunge. Finding the exhale as you bring the hands to the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, the left hand stays. Inhale, take the right hand all the way to the sky. Notice your breath. Notice your shoulder as you straighten the left leg, bend the right leg. From here, push into the right hand. Then inhale, lift the left leg up. Again, if you fall, remember it's practice. Extend that left leg back. Notice your shoulder away from the ears. Breathe in and breathe out. I am not adverse to using block. With block, you can feel that length extending. When you have it, bring the left leg to meet with the right. Bend the knee and bring the legs together in chair pose, Utkatasana. The back of the neck doesn't suffer here because you're in chair. Pull the belly in, then inhale, rise up, mountain pose. Finding your length, finding your breath. Inhale, hands reach up. Finding your shoulder as you exhale, the left hand comes down and reach the right hand across. Find your length, find your breath. Inhale, bring yourself back to center. Right hand comes down and the left hand reaches across to the right side. Your legs are together. Belly pulls in, rib cage in. Inhale. Bring yourself back up to center. Hands float all the way to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Uttanasana. Relax the head, maybe bend the knee. Relax the shoulder. Shake the head yes and no. Take a big breath in. Bend the knee, inhale, rise. Chair pose, Utkatasana, belly pose in. Commit here. If you generally don't hold your chair for a long time, this will remind you how often are you holding and when you're not breathing. But when you're breathing, it makes the pose easier. Continue to sit in your chair, finding that length, finding a softer gaze. Breathe in and breathe out. Then inhale here, exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Relax the head, let it hang heavy. Inhale, look forward to lengthen. You can either step back or walk your legs back. Remember, I said walk back this time. In this practice, it makes life a little bit easy because we're challenging our body. Slowly come back into that plank. We're only doing one, yeah? Just for this series because then we go into big and better things. But again, allowing yourself to round in here, find your breath, and find your belly. Then inhale, exhale, bend the elbow, hug the rib cage in. Then inhale, upward facing dog. Noticing your breath, noticing your legs are still active. Lengthen the spine. Feel your sweat as a way of commitment into this pose. Exhale, press back and come back into plank. Downward facing dog. And just before we do the other side, remember your breath. Remember your shoulder. They are equally important. When you have it come back into plank, we roll over to the right side, side plank. So stack to stack, stack or stagger. Wherever you are, you take the left hand up. Now, you know the drill. So as you push and lift that right hip, you're going to lift the left leg. You commit, you breathe, and you smile. So yes, it's challenging, but guess what? You are stronger. When you are strong, you attract strength. When you say I'm weak, you attract weakness. So you are strong. Then taking a big breath in. As you exhale, bring the left leg to meet with the right leg. Taking your time, unravel the right leg 60 degrees, and then inhale. Rise into warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Open the hands, allow your shoulders to feel, and bend that left leg. Push on the outer edge of the right leg. Cover your palm and gaze at the left middle finger. More you breathe in, more you allow yourself to sink in without holding tension on the face or on the buttocks. Breath is constant. Bring the right hand down, peaceful warrior, reverse warrior. Bending that left leg, feeling yourself. Find your right shoulder, find your length. Don't collapse. Then inhale, come back to warrior 2. Extend those hands. Option to bring the left elbow inside the left knee. And allow your right leg to still continue working. And reach the right hand forward. Extended side angle. Opening the side body, allowing your left belly to pull in. Allowing the right leg to straighten. You can slowly bring the left hand inside the left leg. Taking variation B. Remember your breath. Remember your shoulder. Lengthen the spine. And continue to work here. From here, taking a big breath in. Lower both hands inside the right leg for a moment. And then bring the right hand down, bend the left leg 90 degrees, and then take the left hand to the sky. More push that right leg, more lift the belly, draw shoulder down. Find your breath. And allow your neck is long. You can focus on any particular spot. Notice your shoulder. Breathe in and out. And when you have it, you're going to inhale now. Take the right leg up and extend. Noticing you can always use a block. You might find the difference. The thing about a block is that the longest way might be easier for you. The harder way, the flatter way might be more where you are comfortable. Again, if you fall, remember you can always come back in. Then exhale, bring the right leg to meet with the left and take your time and return to that chair pose, Utkatasana. Finding your breath, inhale, rise up, mountain pose, hands by the side. Just staying tall here. Bring the legs together wherever you are, it's fine. You can close the eyes and allow yourself to feel your standing sequence coming with an open mind and allowing yourself to remind yourself of that intention that you set in the beginning of the class. Are you still smiling? Then open the legs. Yeah, for goddess pose, toes pointing in for a moment and allow yourself to feel comfortable. Point your toes out and bring yourself into goddess pose. Again, whenever you feel like I need to come out, I'm uncomfortable, ask yourself, is it the pain or I'm not breathing? If it's pain, you back out. If it's I'm not breathing, that's easy to change. You really incorporate your breath. So focus on breathe and energize. Shoulder away from the ears. A smile is great. Let's hold it here for 3, for 2, for 1. Inhale, be the last person to come up and open. This time, point your toes inward, bring the hands behind you and bind. Draw knuckles down, lift the chest, pull your belly in, lift the hip, open the heart, hip presses forward. As you exhale, lower, drawing the knuckles forward, allowing your head, feeling your legs, your quads, allowing your shoulder, maybe shaking the head yes and no. Release any tension here. Release any pressure as you push into that big toe. You draw the knuckles down. Relax the head. You hang out here for a little bit longer. I promise you, your knuckles will come down. Taking a big breath in and slowly release the hands right in front of your nose. Push into those hands, activate the legs, slowly roll up. 1 vertebra at a time. Head is the last to come up. Hands reach all the way up, finding that length. Turning your right leg out, back is flat for triangle pose. Hands reach out and forward, noticing your shoulder, keeping a flat back. You can always use a block. Reach the right hand forward and come into triangle pose. Noticing your breath, noticing the left leg, working that left shoulder. Inhale, bring yourself back up, extending. The left hand comes down, the right hand reach across. Checking in with the right leg, the left shoulder. Then come back to center. Bring the left leg to meet with the right. Standing in mountain pose. Take the right leg back. Pointing the right toes out, back is flat, hands reach front and back. Keep the back flat, lengthen the spine, and then reach the left hand forward. The left hand down, right hand reach up. Again, you don't have to come all the way to the toes. Just releasing the things that no longer serve us. Work with your breath. Inhale, bring yourself back up, straight legs. And then reach the right hand to your chosen spot. The left hand reaches across. Keep the left leg active and lean over to the right. Inhale, come back to center. And then bring the right leg to meet with the left. And then come back into mountain pose for a moment. Tailbone under. Hands reach up. Bend the knee and sit down. Chair pose. From here, we play with arm balance. Create space. And then sitting a little bit low as you lift the heels. Now, often at time, we are often afraid. It's okay to be afraid of something, but don't be too afraid that you lose yourself. So there is a balance between fear and fearless. Yeah. So bring the hands in front of the knee. Bring your knee towards your armpit. Maybe they will slide depending on the type of garment you have. Then look forward As you look forward, your toes start to come up. Maybe you don't jump into it. You drag your right foot up. You drag your left foot up. Your elbow is still bent, but your back is rounded. And my legs are quite inactive. So from here, I'm going to suck through my belly, push into my hand, and lift my legs a little bit higher. If I fall because I'm wandering, I come back in. Yeah. Again, remember the concept of 10,000 hours that the Beatles practiced before they were great. So if you fall, you repeat. Nothing is instant, my friends. And then lower into your malasana, finding your breath, giving your wrist some love and some compassion. There is still letter C in compassion. Find breath. From here, we're going to lower the hip down and lift the legs up into Navasana. Again, you can straighten the legs. You can find toes pointed, noticing your shoulder. And when you have it, start to come in, halfway in, finding your length, finding your breath. From here, we're going to bring the legs overhead. You can support your back here. This is equally important. Halasana. You don't have to go any further. I'm supporting my back. If your legs do not touch, it's important to support your back. If your legs touch the mat and you are comfortable, your neck is comfortable, you're not looking around, I want you to interlace the hand and draw the knuckles down. Continue to work on your breath. It's called Halasana, plow pose. Breathe in and breathe out. Then when you have it, support your back body, and maybe you have a shoulder stance, and take both legs to the sky. Shoulder stance. Now, remind yourself that you're not rushing, you're having fun. Remind yourself that it's okay to breathe, it's okay to adjust the hands. Then inhale, when you have it, bring the legs overhead. Support the back. Maybe bring the hands to the mat and start to come up out of the pose. And we go into fish pose. Take your time. And now bring the hands to support your lower back. Open the chest, head back, and take fish pose. Releasing any tension from the shoulder stance and work with your breath. Then inhale, slowly come out of the fish pose, bending knee. Stay here for a moment. Release any tension on the back body. Make sure you're comfortable. From here, we're going to press into the legs, big toes. Inhale, lift the hip and interlace the hand. Run your hands and find yourself in bridge pose. Continue to push into the legs. The legs are hip distance apart. Lifting the bum C, drawing knuckles down, shrugging the shoulders in towards the midline and lifting up. Finding your breath. Then slowly start to release the hands and bring your bum C back on the mat. Flatten out your back and then lift the legs up. Bring the hands behind your head and just stay here for a moment. Lower your right leg, lower your left leg. Again, don't just like flop the legs. With mindfulness, you can point the toes, extending, finding shoulder Now we're going to lift the head and shoulder. Doing it mindfully and with breath. Here we go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold 1. And slowly bend the knee once more. Option to take wheel pose or bridge pose. If you're not able to do wheel safely, I recommend that you do wheel until you master, because you don't want to hurt your back. So for demonstration, I'm going to go into wheel. You bring the fingers to point towards the shoulder. You activate the leg. You lift the bumsy as if you're going to bridge. Then inhale, lift on up into wheel. So from here in the wheel, you can start to straighten the arm, keeping the knee bent or straight. Again, noticing the emotions that come up in these poses. Hold as long as you can and work with your breath. Exhale, start to lower back down mindfully and hug your knee in. From here, we catch the outer edge of the foot and come into happy baby. I always say it's happy. If it was sad, they would say it's sad baby, or dead bug. So again, if you're breathing, you're living, so you're happy to be here. Be cheerful. Finding your breath, finding your shoulder, and slowly bring the legs together. Lift the legs to the sky. Extend the hands overhead. Lengthen the spine, keeping that lower back on the mat. Breathe in, and then bring the hands alongside the body. If you suffer from back problem, you bring the hands underneath your back. From here, we're going to point toes. We're going to lower towards the mat, but not quite on the mat. Inhale it up for 10. Lower, 9. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Again, lowering. 7. Mindfulness. 6. 5. With breath, of course. 4. You're almost and more than halfway. 3. 2. And 1. Hold 1 and lower your legs to the mat. Keep the knee bent, hands reach up. Find the extension of the spine. Straighten the left leg. Breathe in and breathe out. Hug your right knee inward. Lengthen the spine. And we twist the right leg to the left and look at the right side and open. Working with your breath here. Inhale back to center. Straighten the right leg. Bend the left leg, hug it in, give it a squeeze. Noticing your shoulder. And then we twist the left leg over to the right side. And the left hand opens, look towards the left leg. And open, twisting, create more space if you need more space. And allow your left shoulder to be on the mat. Inhale back to center. Hug your knee inward and start to rock forward and back. Forward and back. Being mindful, forward and back. And come back to center. Straighten the legs. Reach underneath your bum seat. Remove extra flesh. Hands reach up. Lengthen the spine. Use your right hand. Catch the left wrist. Open. Pull your belly in. Back of that left knee on the mat. Lengthen the spine. And then use your left hand. Catch the right wrist. Extend to the sky. Belly pulls in. Back is flat. Pointing the toes towards your face. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, reach forward. Mindfully, don't force the pose. Reach, reach, reach. Extend, extend, extend. And as you exhale, catch your toes. Lengthen the spine. And exhale, fold. Continue to fold deeply, creating space on the back of the leg, bringing yourself down, and allow your head to release. Just breathe completely in and out. Release the back of your neck and completely melt the back of your knee onto the mat. Inhale, slowly roll up. Hands reach all the way to the sky. Feel that goodness. Then exhale, bring the hands behind you. First open the chest. Then bend the knee and lift the hip into that reverse tabletop. Check in, is there any difference? Exhale, lower the hip on the mat and come into butterfly pose. Sole of the feet together and then pedal the knees out. Check in, how are you feeling? And then when you have it, bring the left hand to guide the left knee down and allow any openness in the hip. And then over to the right side, create more space. And slowly bring your hands, catch the toes, lengthen the spine. Then exhale, start to hinge without forcing the pose. And when you have it, you can start to roll inwards, finding those knees, and then fold completely onto the mat. One day your head, your face will come onto the mat, so finding that length, creating more space on the hip without jamming on the shoulders or your lower back. Work with your breath. Inhale, start to slowly roll up and prepare yourself for Savasana or meditation. You can lay down if you are tired, or you can bring a block or pillow and sit on a block to really allow yourself to go within. You drape your hands on top of the knee and let it go. Wherever you are, this is an opportunity to express your self-love for taking the time to come to the mat. Whatever feels comfortable for you, you can continue to stay there and enjoy the music, the playlist, or you can simply join me in seated. Wherever you are, remind yourself this is a video. You can pause me at any time and go within. Listen to that still small voice and allow yourself to stay present. Enjoy your greatness. Enjoy being with yourself because you are worthy. Slowly blink your eyes open, release your right ears to your right shoulder. Just allow your neck to release. Bring your chin to your chest. And allow your left ears to release to the left shoulder. Come back to center. Open those hands. And then bring the hands and give yourself a big hug. Squeeze yourself. Then open once more and squeeze again. And release the hands. Hands float all the way to the sky. And we do one last twist. Come back to center and switch up. And we twist to the left side. Come back to center. And then bring the hands in front of the heart. Honoring yourself for showing up to the mat. Because you matter. Because you're worthy. I always believe that greatness attracts great. Light attracts light. Now, take the time to honoring yourself for showing up to the mat, honoring the teachers for all they have taught us, honoring the founders of yoga from what they have taught us. I send my deepest love and warmth greetings to all the families that are in India during this this time. Loka samasta sukino bhavatu. Loka samasta sukino bhavatu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Sending them good energy, peace, and healing, especially during this time. May all being everywhere be free from all sufferings. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you for joining me. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. If you like this content and it brings any value to you, give me a thumbs up. That lets me know that people are actually watching the videos and to make more. And subscribe. I have a nice gecko that likes to remind me that it's time to end practice. You might have heard the noise. So, thank you, everyone. Namaste.